presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Here we go. Repeat that vomit. Who's off corporate?
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's Etienne. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This game, the 9th that the Jags have played here in London. You might know that Shad Khan, he's the owner of both the Jaguars and Fulham in the English Premier League on the soccer side of things. And this is the 3rd of 3 London games the NFL will play this year. But there is one more game to come over on the continent. The Seahawks and Bucks from Munich, Germany. The first time a regular season game will be played there. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. But they get 9 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. The drive will start with an option going left. And right away, he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football.
Yeah, this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Randy Gregory, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. A running play on 1st down will get 4 up to the 29.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Robinson will try to pick it up, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Alert.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. They begin the drive with Williams. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Williams. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
61, match box, right.
Now Lawrence to throw. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lawrence to Jones for the Jacksonville first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Pitching it out to ETN. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. That's caught left side by Judy. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
This time, Wilson will throw. Screen play set up for Williams. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now ETN to start the drive. To the 43, 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Finding space at the 40, down the left sideline, inside the 20, touchdown, Jaguars! Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead, should they so choose. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Good shot.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. On 3rd down, Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. Agnew now to return. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Hey, hold it.
Final play of the half, it's Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific. Afternoon.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
What?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Darius Williams in there to make the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They run with a veteran of 8 years now. It's Melvin Gordon.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They go play action with Lawrence.
It's caught outright by Graham. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
A give to ETN running right.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Randy Gregory able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you attempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Power.
They run it again with Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Play action. Now Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, not a fun game at all for anyone who's playing defense on the field at this point. They just gave up another first down on another good run. I wonder if the defense coordinator just says, let's sell out, play against the run, and not worry about getting beat by the pass.
Here's Wilson to throw. His pass caught at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Andrew Beck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 24. touchdown. Here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now Lawrence.
And that'll be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Second and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Williams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return, here's Agnew. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game. It's on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the 31, Lawrence. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. A give, it's ETN off the option. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Inside the red zone here, they'll drop this one off with ETN. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Lawrence to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Slot man moves right. Going for it, here's ETN. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a two-score game here in the fourth.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
They begin the drive with Williams. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way down to the 10-yard line.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
14.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They give it to Williams, running right.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Denver,
They improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
and now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.